All eyes on base. Tune in. Press play. All is alpha on the way. Don't blink. Just stay. Oh, yeah. Got my coffee and my tabs up. Charts on the screen trying to level up. Bass junkie breaking down that April crypto now we're turning threads into similar. What's a bull, what's a yield, what's a peg mean? They turn the jargon into real life scenes. From airdrop dreams to blue chip streams, they map it all out, now we all on the team. From what is gas, so check my stats. From I don't get it, to run that bag. All eyes on base. Stay locked in. Learning Defi while the beats stay bumping. Oh yeah. From the first little back to a major move. Bass junkie, now we got something to prove. Get your notes right. Turn that late night scroll to a smart life guide. We just press play, let the questions fly. They explain that yield while the numbers climb high. Click connect, now I see the pool flow. Two-side deposit, watch the tokens grow. LP tokens in my wallet, feeling brand new. Fees dripping in while I'm chilling with the crew. Talking risk and permanent. What that do? They slow it down till the smoke shine through. From rug red flags to the gems in the rough, they keep it real clear so the fans stay.
Yo! And welcome to this edition of Owl Eyes on Base DeFi Yields, the weekly show where we talk to you about crypto yields, AI, DeFi, and everything in between. Now, without any further ado, let me pass it over to my wonderful co-host, as always, Mr. Crypto Noah. How are you today, my friend?
Oh man, it is we're coming up on May. I can't believe we're already in the 4th month, but all things considered, pretty good. Woke up on the right side of the dirt, and after we do this live stream, I'm gonna head to Stripe Sessions. A friend of mine gave me a free ticket, so go do some networking. But the moment you guys all been waiting for, the reason why you guys are all here, put down the beer. No, I'm just kidding. I gotta showcase the merch per usual. So I got on my Coin Fellow.
That's represent.
Fellow from ETH Denver. I think it has something on the back as well. Yeah, it has the hand here. And they're actually going to be a special guest on the show today. They'll be coming up here in about 10-15 minutes, showcasing a very, very cool platform. They're one of the sponsors in our season 2 cohort, which goes over everything crypto and AI. And yeah, man. So we're excited, man. How you doing?
Dude, I'm doing well. You know, life's all about swings and roundabouts, and sometimes, yeah, it just feels like, crypto is just kicking me in the gut. Yeah, like let's just say that, keep it PG, kicking me in the gut. But then I must say this week, things are just, the sky's a little bluer, the sun's a little brighter, and the charts are a little greener. So I have nothing to complain about. It's been an exciting few days, and yeah, definitely excited to jump into more about what CoinFellow has going on. But as always, I'm interested to hear your takes on some of these LPs and whatnot. I mean, dude, okay, last week, I think it was last week, we were talking about Tibber pools, WETH Tibber pools, and doing it on Aerodrome and then staking that. Now, one thing that if you've watched the show for a while, you'll know, you want to be in coins that you are happy to hold. So, WETH, ETH, happy to hold that. Tibber, happy to hold that. And then so, whatever the rewards, you're collecting ETH, you're collecting Tibber, fantastic. But staking it on Aerodrome, you're not generating any additional Tibber or any additional ETH. You're just getting Aero tokens. Now, I know last week you were showing me some of the percentages, the differentials between staking rewards and just providing LP, and they were looking quite juicy on the staking. So I actually dived into that, and I've claimed the fees now, and I've bought some other tokens, but in 10 days, in fact, so this was the week before, in fact, in 10 days of staking $1,400, $1,400, right? I made $400 in Aero.
Wow, we need some of those sound effects going on.
That
That was definitely the Mexican one. I can share my screen and kind of
yeah.
know the difference. We got to get that QR code up for CoinFellow. I forgot about that.
All right. So while you're sharing the alpha, I'll pull that up.
Sounds good. Yeah. So one thing that everyone needs to know first off is Aerodrome is going through a huge upgrade. They're upgrading their decks to combine Velodrome and Aerodrome into one. Aerodrome is the one we know and love that works on base, and Velodrome is on Optimism. So they're combining them because they're the same company, and they're basically making it a better experience for liquidity providers. I shot a video on this on my personal YouTube channel that should be going live, I want to say before the end of the week. So subscribe to Crypto Noah. So one thing that you'll have to do is migrate your Tibber pool. If you're in your Tibber pool or in a pool that requires migration, you'll want to migrate, or else you're actually just not making money and you're just staking it for no reason.
That's actually very interesting, because when I claimed my fees after the however many days, after the 10 days, I claimed them. I came back a day or two later to check on like the status, like, okay, are we still printing like crazy? And it was nothing, 0%. So I think I might have been sat. I think I was caught in limbo there.
Yeah, and the migration. My bad. Were you gonna say something else?
I said, now I know why.
Yeah. So basically, in order to migrate, you have to first unstake if you are staking. And then the second thing is that I'm grabbing this link for you right now. The second thing is that you have to claim all of your fees, right? So you have to unstake if you're staking, then you have to claim all your fees so you don't have any fees to claim. And then you just hit the migration button, and then it takes you over to the new pool. I'm grabbing this link for you right now. I'm send it over to you. Copy. Boom. And then I'm gonna share my screen and show you guys some of the differences here. Okay, share screen. Trying to multitask over here.
Dude, I don't blame you, man. We're men.
Exactly.
I struggle with, breathing and sitting.
Can't walk and chew bubble gum. So this and the cool thing is a lot of people haven't migrated yet, right? This was the old pool here, right? You can see it's still the same fee tier, but it says the fee and emission APR is not available, but you still have $229,000 in here. These are probably people who just set the range wide because they believe in Tibber, and then they just leave it and don't check it often. And one day they're gonna come and check and be like, oh, it's hard to even know that you're not making fees if you're not keeping track of it. Like if you knew like I had this much in Arrow and I come back and I have this much, you would be able to determine. But it's even harder if you're not staking, because you're like, oh, I have this dollar amount, but the prices are going up and down. So you really kind of gotta cross your T's and dot your I's. But as you can see here, this fee APR is the average that you're making just off of trading fees. But the staking, the emission APR, 4,000 on average.
Dude,
now
honestly,
it's going to be a lot lower than that, because you're probably not going to get in a super tight range. But hey, I'm even good with 1,000% APR, even 365%. Give me 1% a day, you won't hear me complaining. So
it's kind of hilarious. We're like, I'll accept 1,000% APR. Yeah, I'll settle for that. I'm not greedy. 1,000, that's enough.
Yeah, DeFi spoils us. Like if the APY isn't triple digits, it's just like, man, is this even worth my time?
Dude, so I know we didn't plan to talk about this, but it happened since the last time we spoke. But the Aave hack.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
That was big news.
Yeah. Yeah, that let me share this. Boom. They handled it really well. We actually talked about it on our call on Monday, and they have some proposal that the community is supposed to vote on, I think by the end of the week. Guys, hit that QR code at the top left to get access to CoinFellow. They'll be coming on here in a bit as soon as we finish up talking about Aave. But yeah, they have a proposal they have like 200 million in ETH ready to be deployed or something like that to make people whole. They allowed some withdrawals, but from what I'm hearing is that you can't add collateral. Like you can't turn on an asset as collateral. So what I do like is there's been some good write-ups on it. They've been keeping everyone updated. You know, a crisis is unfortunate, but every company runs into it. And that's actually a good time to build loyalty amongst your users, I think. So I think they couldn't have handled it better. But obviously, they still got to solve it. So
Yeah, I mean, like fair play to them for coming out and hitting it on like head on, and not hiding away from it. I wonder. I mean, like after it happened, there was maybe a day or two where it was like, is DeFi dead? Is this the end of DeFi? And I think I agree, they handled it really well. Now, where do you see, like, where can they go from here? Basically, because Aave is one of the most trusted networks for staking and restaking, all that stuff.
well, what I would say is, one, a lot of people don't talk about this, but Compound got hacked for 16 million as well. It was just kind of overshadowed with what happened with Aave. Two, they figured out what the security flaw was, and now, of course, it's Korean hackers again. And now, not of course. I only said that because it seems like every big crypto hack has been Korean. I love Korean people. I love all people.
Well,
So
it's not North Korean.
I only said, of course, it's
Yeah,
Koreans because it seems like every time there's a big hack, it's always Koreans. So
Well, dude, remember, there's South Korea, which plays ball, and then North Korea, which hacks crypto.
yeah, so the North Koreans struck again. They got some advanced cryptographers over there or something. But as far as where Aave goes from here, they're one of the too big to fails. There were even protocols, even Solana, where Aave doesn't work on. I don't know if they offered or they actually put down money to help save it, but no one wants Aave to fail because people won't trust DeFi. It would be like if JP Morgan went down. People are going to be looking at all banks like, if they can go down, anyone can go down. So they identified what the security flaw was. And now even other protocols are going to fix it because they were kind of all using that method. And it was written up. KelpDAO did a really good write-up. KelpDAO is a liquid restaking platform. So I think they're fixing it. But hey, these are the growing pains that we got to go through. It's good that we're going through it now before the Clarity Act gets passed, because the bigger, if it was sort of happen on a bigger scale, it's only going to be much harder to fix. So
100%. Yeah, it's still exciting times ahead in crypto, and if we are going to have these expensive lessons to learn, better sooner rather than later. But hey, enough with the doom and gloom. We have 1,300 people in the room tuning in, so big shout out to you guys. If you enjoyed the show so far, you're gonna love it even more when we bring on our guest. Show some love, smash the retweet, all that good stuff. But yeah, how are you feeling, Noah? Are you ready to bring on CoinFellow?
I'm ready. Like my name's Freddie.
Ready, Freddie? All right, let's do it.
You say we got 1,300 people watching?
Yeah, dude, it's pushing towards 14.
Let's go, man.
That's what's up.
It's a record.
All right, let's welcome on Minchi of CoinFellow.
Hello.
Yo.
GM. Okay, first of all, I need to say that the intro music was amazing.
I think the same thing.
What was that? Okay.
Yeah, shout out to Dave. He made that.
Lyrics and everything, not AI generated.
No. It was prompting and reprompting.
That's amazing. We need to talk. We need a CoinFellow intro.
You know, we make crypto music. We told you guys that.
That's amazing. We need one. I was just like, listening to the intro, and I'm like, wait, they're talking about yield, LP positioning, DeFi.
Yeah.
It's a
It was
banger.
so
Honestly, like we've had it for maybe the past 10 episodes, and like it's funny because it's showing the video and like the main
uh-huh.
screen. I can see Noah down in like the behind the scenes, and me too, and we're both just there like
I
yeah.
love it. I love it. Yeah,
Yeah,
we need a
yeah.
jingle. We need a sticker jingle for CoinFell.
We can talk
We'll
about that.
talk about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So yeah, wanted to introduce CoinFellow, one of our sponsors in our upcoming or current now. Yesterday was the first day, our Web3 and AI cohort. They've been really, really great to work with. They have a really good platform. They have a lot of cool stuff that they're cooking in the kitchen that we're going to get into. They are a platform that is helping DeFi to go mainstream, as this is a DeFi show. Not DeFi just to go mainstream, but enable it to go mainstream because they're making it easier to use for the common folk. And we try to do our best to demystify demystify DeFi concepts and how to use it and things like that. So we thought it'd be great to have you guys on. So we would love to just kind of start, Minchi, with just introducing yourself and kind of telling us what CoinFellow is and what inspired you guys to build it.
Yeah, so CoinFell, COO and co-founder of CoinFell, name Minchi, like kimchi, making it easy.
Nice.
And also talking about the North Korea stuff. They're North Koreans, I'm South Korean. We don't hack around. We're here to
Big difference.
create legit products that are protecting our crypto users. There's a huge difference here. But yeah, so CoinFellow, we actually named CoinFellow because it's like, like your fella, your friend, your companion, your co-pilot, like, everyone wants that friend who knows crypto so well. So like, imagine having you guys as friends, right? And I can ask like, let's go on a coffee or in a beer. It's like, hey, like what's happening with Aerodrome? Like what LP position should I take? Like that would be amazing if you like for your friends. But I think with crypto, it's like, again, as you said, like demystifying, it takes so many levels of information before someone can actually start doing DeFi. Like when you guys started talking about the intro part was about aerodrome, velodrome, LP positioning, Aave, and I'm like, okay, what are all the keywords that one has to go through in order to understand what the heck they're talking about, right? Let's talk about Aave. Then, what is taking a loan position in crypto? Like how can I collateralize my crypto assets, like how my health factor is calculated in Aave. How is that different to like vault system DeFi's? What's an LP positioning? How is that calculated? Why velodrome aerodrome is different? What is optimism? What is base? What is layer 2? What is EVM compatible? And we can go on and on, and it's like layers of information, right? And I think for the past 10 years crypto has been like always talking about how can we onboard the next billion users, right? And it's like I think it was just like the kumbaya outcome. It was like we want all the crypto users, like anyone around me, to be using crypto because DeFi is great. We don't have to rely on the traditional financial rails. But unfortunately, it is complicated. Like every single time I do DeFi, I need to check my wallet address. I need to make sure that I do it in a virtual machine. I do it with my cold wallet. I need to make sure that everything is right because even though I've been in DeFi for a long time, I'm also scared, right? Like just to double check that everything is right. But with AI, it's different. And the reason why we built CoinFellow is because with an AI, you can have a co-pilot, that virtual friend, um, an agent that understands exactly your risk propensity. Are you like a degen that you're very comfortable taking like very high APY positions? Are you just taking like stable coin based yields? And you can ask all the questions that you want. So CoinFellow's tagline is research, execute, and automate any smart contract, because you can ask all the questions that you want, for example, for regarding the a specific LP positioning. And then when you're comfortable executing it, then the agent will do the execution directly with the smart contract. So you don't have to open multiple websites, multiple dApps, multiple tabs, making sure that they're not hacked by the North Koreans, because we've been experiencing a lot of DNS attacks recently.
Mhm.
And our whole motto is the source of truth is the smart contract. That's what makes DeFi so powerful. Then with AI, we're taking the users to be interacting directly with the source of truth rather than going to a front end, a website, a dApp. That's why our whole tagline is like we're eating the dApp layer. Our AI is going to help more users to come into DeFi and just interact with more EVM, all EVM smart contracts actually, because it's interacting directly with this, with the source of truth.
I love that. And guys, we do have to, if it wasn't obvious already, they do work on the base network. I would love for you to tell us what networks you're working on, which ones you plan on launching. I also like that you said
Yeah.
DeFi is a scary place. It kind of reminds me of like a tropical rainforest. It's beautiful, but it's leopards and stuff out there.
Mm-hmm.
They'll get you if you're protecting yourself. So
And also, just before you dive into what networks you're working on, you also said something else that I thought was particularly. I want to clip it and I want to show it to my wife, because you said how lucky the people are around us who get to hear us talk about crypto and stuff. I'm like, hey, wife, see, you don't know how good you have it. Yeah, I tell you about these liquidity pools, and your eyes just glaze over, but you're actually super lucky.
Right. I mean, it depends on how risky the position she wants to take, but I think everyone is lucky. But even for myself, like when my Norway friends ask me like what DeFi positions should I take, I'm like, I don't know, because it's like doing DeFi does require a lot of research. Like you gotta do your own research, right? And what happens usually when people ask like the DeFi pros is like, oh, what should I do? It's like they just want like a quick buck without thinking about it. But I always tell like if you're not gonna do your research, I don't know if I'm able to like recommend you what to do, because you have to be custodian of your own assets, and that's the beauty of crypto, right? Like it's not a bank that is taking care of your money behind, like you're not blindly trusting me to make the right decision. And I always try to like make that analogy with like TriFi, DeFi, and like you being custodian of your own asset comes with a certain responsibility that you'll be on top of it. You're doing your research, you're feeling comfortable with the investments that you're doing. Whereas like TradFi, you're just trusting a bank, you're trusting their name, you're trusting that CD, like you putting like a cash deposit is giving you 3% because the bank says so. You're not going into the details of it, right? But yeah, I think your wife is lucky. Yeah, like the networks. I mean, all EVM smart contracts and beyond. Obviously, we got a lot of questions. I met Noah in Denver, and we had protocols.
oh, that's right. You speak all those languages. That was you.
Oh yeah,
You speak all the languages in the world. Just so you know.
oh no. I am a polyglot. But yeah, our agent as default as any LLM you can speak it in any language. And it's
That's great.
amazing that a lot of the DeFi information that you can find out there, maybe it's in English, but my fellow Koreans, they have to be using like a translator, like a live translator, or like they need to be like relying more on like Korean KOLs, for example. They don't have to do that anymore. They can actually just talk to their agent in the language that they feel comfortable. Yeah, so all EVM smart contracts, that's the base, that's the default. Everything should be working on that side. We're expanding to like Solana. We're also like exploring like Bitcoin based like Bitcoin yields, because we had like certain protocols approaching us like, we need Bitcoin yields in your agent. And I was like, yes, absolutely. BTC yield is a big thing for certain people. So we are expanding. We're going horizontal and vertical in the sense where like we need to be aggregating all the DeFi opportunities, plus, going into like all the chains, and then taking all of that information. The end goal or the North Star that we're heading to is like, we want our users to be just like writing paragraph long intents, and our agent will understand exactly what you're trying to say. So whenever I talk about like why context, in understanding the context for our agent is so important, it's like, since we're talking about base, the word base in non-DeFi term can mean so many things, right? Like Gen Zs these days are saying that's so based. That has nothing to do with DeFi, like the layer two base. But our agent, when you talk to our agent, because it's all about crypto, base for our agent is the layer two base. USDC base, it will understand exactly what you're trying to say. When you try to say that with like a very general large language model, sure, if you say USDC on base, it will have that stable coin and that base context together, and it will understand that it's like, okay, it's a stable coin on a layer two. But the more complex things that you try to research on it, it will start hallucinating. But the agent that we're building it has all the brain of crypto just like fed into from day one. Um,
Nice. No,
yeah.
that's great. So, diving deeper, let's say I'm a newbie and I want to start, playing around with some DeFi stuff, earning some yields, making some swaps, whatever the case. Can you tell us or show us, if you want to share your screen as well, how I would interact with CoinFellow and how it could be better than the normal DeFi experience? We have to go directly to each DEX, because I think the cool thing is I was at, I forget what networking event I was at. Oh, A16Z speedrun. I was talking to a guy and he's like, yeah, I see the future as we're just gonna have like an AI prompt screen and we're not even gonna have to go to websites directly. So you can be like, oh, I want to buy this flannel. It'll pull up all the different flannels and the color that you want from the different websites, and you can buy it right from the prompt. And you guys are kind of doing that with
Exactly.
the DeFi UIs, whereas it can interact with all of these different protocols right from the CoinFellow screen. So we love to see it because I feel like it would really help connect the dots for people to kind of see how easy things can be.
Yeah, and I just want to add a little bit more of like what you just said, Noah. When you want to buy, so let's say like I want to buy this jacket, right? And it's exactly how that person told you in that event by existency. You're gonna prompt it, but the beauty about interacting with an AI is that it has all memory and your preferences baked in, and the memory is gonna be like better and better the more you interact. So my agent, my shopping agent will understand like I'm a size S. I love boxy fit. I like cropped. I liked more cotton than linen. I have an Amex over a Visa MasterCard, so I prefer value like shopping than just like paying like $500 for a jacket. I like shopping these brands. I have certain coupons on my email, so my agent can use those coupons. It has all the context of you. So CoinFlow is basically that, what we are building for crypto, because the first step starts by scanning your wallet. And your wallet has all your past transactions.
Like
So
you're
if you
running your credit.
yeah, exactly. And I'm like, okay, like I can see that you are pretty degen because you traded certain tokens. Like the agent will never judge, like, but it will go through your past transactions. Why have you dabbled before? Are you like, have you done NFT before? Like, what kind of DeFi have you touched before? Or are you starting from like a blank slate? So the more context the agent has from the first intent that you sent, it has like a knowledge base of who you are and who the agent is interacting with. And as back to the analogy of like preferences, we're starting the whole phase of like building the memory system for the agent, because that has to, the personalization of each agent has matters for our users, right? Like, I don't want to start every single chat from scratch. I want CoinFellow to know who I am, what is my preference in crypto, and when I do DeFi, like I prefer this over that, this chain over this. Like, all their layer twos might seem equal to me, but I prefer base. Among all the stable coins, I prefer USTC over USDT. Like, those are like small memories that like it just makes the entire user experience better.
So,
But yeah.
so each user adds to the memory of the whole thing that will help everyone.
No, absolutely not.
Oh,
It's
just exclusive.
just for you, because we believe, like it has to be a self-sovereign agent.
Okay.
It just has to feed your, like, the information that you're giving, or the intents that you're, whatever you're prompting to the agent is just for you, for your experience.
Okay. And before you start, I think that's really, really valuable that it can run a credit check on the wallet, because at NodeOps, we're always preaching wallet separation. Like you have your wallet where you have your HODL positions. Like we tell people, like have a wallet where you have positions where it doesn't even interact with any smart contract. You only use it for send receive. If you have to sell something to another wallet to swap, then you have like your more intermediate wallet where you're maybe doing like blue chip yield farming strategies, ETH USDC pools, ETH BTC, only interacting with blue chip smart contracts such as Aave, such as Uniswap, et cetera. And then you have like your DGen wallet. So I think for something like CoinFellow is really good because it can run a credit check on individual wallets you have, and you can set up strategies for each wallet that's aligned with your risk tolerance. So like for your intermediate bag, it already knows like, hey, I only want to get in pools that are like blue chip. Maybe the yield's not as high, but that's okay. And then on your DGen wallet, it can help you with, more. I think that's
absolutely. So I don't remember if this was my blue chip wallet, but I just have a MetaMask connected. Do you guys prefer light mode or dark mode? I'm a dark mode person.
Dark mode all day.
Yeah, okay. I'm in the same.
You're looking at screens all day. When it's on that light, I just start. Yeah, I can't do it.
I need dark mode.
Fun fact: Google Docs has dark mode. In case anyone didn't know that.
I think I knew that. Yeah, I think I saw it somewhere.
Yep.
But for some reason, I use light mode in Google Docs. So this is CoinFellow. This is the app itself. It's app.coinfellow.com. I already have my wallet connected, as I said before. So you can see here, we can click on it here. It says I have $65.94. I have ETH on Base. I have a lot of assets on Base. USDC. So I have like some DeFi positions open as well. I can see all my transactions previously. And the first experience starts of like, okay, so like we have a couple of pills here. The first one is you can check the market pulse. Unfortunately, in the fear and greed metric, it is a fear day for the past couple of weeks or months, unfortunately. But yeah, it says like market sentiment is fearful. We need to all be cautious about it. You can see like the top trending tokens. And if there's like a specific news that you want to like click or just like deep dive on, you just have to click and then interact with the agent. So for example, I'm interested in prediction markets. Like I'm a big like prediction market person, and I saw this news from the blog. Then I will click on it. We can click on it. And then it will give me like a friendly summary of like why this is important. I can also ask like to deep dive on specific keywords here. So that's like the research, I guess, like a glimpse of the research component. But let's go back. So the earn side, I'll show you guys the tab here, which is like a more like expanded view of the earn side. But what's cool is that it already knows my holdings. Like as I showed you guys in the portfolio section, I had USDC on Base. So it's actually telling me, okay, these are my opportunities that I can take, but I'm basically leaving crypto on the table because I'm not earning yield. So this is a great thing for like crypto newbies, where like there's a lot of people out there that might be holding certain crypto assets, but they don't know that they could be earning yield. And like, why would you not earn if this is like a low risk, high TVL, and like relatively like good rewards, right? You can also ask questions related to their earning experience of CoinFellow. So like, are any of my DeFi deposits at an elevated level of risk? So talking about Aave, I can also like, if I had an Aave position, I can tell CoinFellow what is the current state health factor of my Aave loan. Did the risk go up? Obviously, we'll say yes. But yeah, you get the glimpse of the earn section. Transact, this is also very easy. I'm going to show you guys how you can actually use natural language prompting to swap, bridge, and send. But then here, there's like 3 very easy like UI pills, like where you can just like click swap, and then the agent will tell you like, what are you trying to swap? And then you can just like prompt it. But then I'm going to go ahead and say, I want to, what do you guys, let's do something with my USDC on Base. Do you guys want to do swap or bridge? What is one token that I should swap? That's like an alpha I'm asking you guys.
Tib or ETH, go ahead and pay us a little bit of money. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, okay. Let's do like a very basic vanilla thing. I want to swap my USDC to ETH on base, and then
Wait,
let's ask. Yeah.
question though,
Yes.
because ETH is the most it's like it's the easiest to recognize. So would it work if you were to say Tibber, for example, or I mean that has a 140 million market cap, or what if you wanted to really degen and buy $10 of a $1 million market cap? Like how can it
Yeah. It should. Tiver was like this, right?
TIBBIR?
TIBBIR, and I'm probably guessing that if it doesn't recognize the token, you can probably just paste in the contract address.
Yeah. Can I swap USDC to Tiver? Let's ask.
TIBBIR. One more I.
EIR.
Yeah. And this does cross-chain swaps too, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah. Yes, if you meet on base, I can do that. Okay, let's do that. 5 USDC to.
And also, guys, it's important to know that you can also voice prompt this thing, so you don't have to spend time typing, which is a lot easier.
That's actually super cool.
Yeah,
Guys, look at this. Look at this. Yeah, I'm USDC poor in this wallet, but I do have 5 USDC. And here's the part. I never said that it was. I said here ETH on base. That was my destination token. But then here, I didn't say that my USDC was on base. But the agent has context of my portfolio, and it already understood that it was on USDC on base.
That's gonna help a lot because a lot of people are confused.
many
They don't
people.
understand different networks and things like that.
Absolutely.
It
Absolutely.
abstracts a lot of complexity away. That's really
Yeah.
good.
So and another thing that I want everyone to notice in this entire experience is that you are it's not the agent just like holding your keys and it has access to like all your private keys and it's like, yeah, do everything that you want. We designed CoinFlow so that the agent has never has absolutely no access to your private keys. You hold it, the agent is just executed on the prompts and the delegations and the permissions that you give. And that's a huge difference with other agentic crypto products out there. A lot of the agentic crypto products out there are making you spin off a wallet specific for that agent. And you basically kind of like lose control, if you think about it, of that wallet because you're giving it like full custody to the agent. So let's say, and it's very true these days, the agent hits like a prompt injection, and that could totally happen. Like there's been a lot of cases where even OpenClaw agents are being hit by prompt injection. And if that prompt injection is, hey, give me all the wallet, and hidden in the code is like, give me all the money that you have in your wallet. And if they don't recognize, because they're not the ones that have like, it's not the human deciding whether to send them money or not, and it's the agent, they're going to say like, oh yeah, I can send the money to that person. And if it's prompt injected to send the money, they will just like deplete the entire wallet. But CoinFellow is all about the human having the ultimate control. So in this experience as well, I'm the one confirming the swap. The agent is finding the best route, the swapping route for me. So I can also like change the slippage here, for example. But I'm the one confirming, and it's easy, it's natural language, it understood the context that my USDC is on base, and it's executing the swap here. I'm not pushed out of the CoinFellow experience. I'm not going to a separate dApp to do so let's say like, if I'm talking to like Claude or ChatGPT, I can research as much as I want about USDC on base or TBR on base, but obviously it cannot do the execution, right? It would just tell me like, oh, go to these dexes and do the execution. But then it's like, okay, I will open Google, I will tell like, I want to go to this specific URL, I need to contact my wallet again, I need to do the swap. Maybe it's because I did the slippage, is trying to find the best route.
I was gonna say, I'm guessing it automatically finds the best route for you.
It does. It finds the best route. So
that's really helpful. That's
we
really
aggregate.
Helpful.
Yeah, we aggregate all the bridges and all the like everything regarding swap and bridging is like finding the best route. So right now our agent is working hard to find the best route for USDC and Tibor. What was the market cap for Tibor?
Was it 180
Um,
something? Something.
No, it's like 140 something, 140
140,
million. Yeah.
140 million. Yeah.
So I mean, it's a pretty like large token, I would say.
Yeah. It should be working. Maybe it's because I was just like yapping while the code was already made on the first swap. But it will notify us. But
So
while
talking
yeah.
about notifying. So, um, in terms of providing liquidity positions, is that a feature? Like, are you able to say, look for the best liquidity pool, uh, for Tibber, ETH, or like anything like within those sort of parameters? Is that possible?
Yeah. So funny about we were talking about LP positions. So that was so after as Noah said, like we are the sponsors of this season, and one of the feedback that we got from Noah and else was we need this experience where you can actually invest directly to LP, like you can actually do the positioning like directly in natural language, and that is something that our dev team has been focused as like priority number one in the sprint. So by the time, yay, building together, by the time um, the the DeFi challenge happens, we will be able to give that experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be.
Incredible.
We're super excited for that, and we can kind of jump into some of the things that we'll be able to do. But right now, you can stake on there. That's one thing you can do, staking.
Yeah.
But once they launch the liquidity providing feature, and you guys could be the single app that helps onboard the TVL, really increase the TVL into DeFi, because a lot of people don't know where to start, but
Yep.
they hear about getting all
Exactly.
these high yields and things like that. So
Yep.
being able to just talk to something like, "Hey, find me a," I heard from my friend I can get 100% APR on Ethereum and USDC. Let me ask CoinFlow, and it can give you it'll be able to give you a list of pools, and then it already has your wallet address and all that. It'll ask you what your range is. You'll get into the range, and then boom. And speaking of notifying,
Yes.
CoinFlow, does it notify you? Can you set up notifications in terms of like anything regarding
Automations.
staking or anything like that?
Yeah. Sorry, I was so stupid. I had to confirm it in my wallet, and I was just like talking with you guys,
Oh,
and
okay.
and we were like all wondering, like, yeah, it has like 140 million market cap. Like, why is it not going? And yeah, the swap was completed. I can see the actual transaction here. Oh, amazing, very easy. Um, but yeah, so notifications. There's a bell here. I have no notifications, but the notifications will happen if you set automation. So we can go into the automations. It's a good segue to
Oh,
it.
nice.
Yeah. So what can we do now? So I shared in the beginning in the intro that the North Star of CoinFellow, where ideally we'll be heading, is I want like high frequency traders to be using CoinFellow and just like give me like paragraph long prompts to agent and say, I want to create a delta neutral strategy hedging these two networks, and I'm going to be checking monitoring these two tokens compared to these two tokens, and then find the best like route to create this delta. It's like very complicated layers of like going around monitoring the prices of tokens and like how exactly the agent will be created delta neutral strategy. That's the end goal. Right now, with the automation part, the easiest automation that we want our users to be trying is DCA. So I can create a DCA. So I have some money in base. So let's do DCA USDC on ETH, the easy one again. So I have 10 USDC. I have USDC. Which token should I buy? Do you wanna like
Mm,
cool coin?
maybe
What is this?
maybe some Ave. They needed a little love.
Ave. No, I don't know. Let's just go to like a. I don't know what this cool token is, but like let's do like a cute, give some love to this one. um, Okay, so I'm gonna buy. Let's say I want to do a DCA for this cool token, cool ticker. I'm basically telling the agent every single day. So I'm doing like frequency is daily. You're going to use 4.18 USDC on base that I have in my wallet to buy 0.01 of cool. And you can see that it's a recurring buy. I'm buying this token, paying with USDC on base. The amount is this, and then the frequency is every day starting on Wednesday. And this is the I can also select like an end date if that's what you want, and you create the automation. So when I create the automation, again, it's it's a very easy UI, I hope. And then once the automation is created and the first TCA goes live, then I'll start getting transaction notifications here.
Okay, and then now it's
Oh,
cool to be able to DCA in, but as we
yeah,
all know, a big problem people have with crypto and a big thing that turns them off is not being able to keep gain,
withdraw.
right? Because they don't have a plan set up. And I think it would be cool, like have your
Mm,
fellow plan setuper or whatever you want to call it, to where
mhm.
being able to DCA out. So being able to have an automation to where like, okay,
Withdrawing out.
if I get this percentage gain, sell this percent. That way, people don't even have to think about it. Because a lot of times when price hit all-time highs, we're not by our computers. It can be happening in
Hmm.
the Chinese market while
Hmm.
we're in
Yeah,
America sleeping, or we're at
yeah.
work. You know,
So I that feature is what I'm calling to myself the panic button. and, and surprisingly, this panic button feature is something that even like fund managers that I've been talking to are very interested in adopting. So when they heard about CoinFlow, like fund managers in the sense of like vault creators, they're also called fund managers. And the vault creators were saying, did you guys know that when for example like I stake like I want to like park 10 USDC in a steakhouse vault on Morpho, they do it manually. They actually get all the incoming orders and they have to like manually approve it.
so they just have like a call center warehouse of just people entering
I
into these things.
well,
That's
yeah,
hilarious.
I don't think I don't think it's like a call center, but
Boiler room.
so, yeah, so this is what I heard recently. Like obviously, like I need to like double check with the actual like the steakhouse and the gauntlet of the worlds, but like and then I asked a follow-up question to the person who told me this, like maybe it's like the intentional friction that they had to create to make sure that it's like it's like a verified wallet. It's not like an open sanction wallet. And then every order is executed the right way. But I'm mentioning this because it's like crazy as well that they do it manually. But I'm also like I going to like the whole panic button thing is like they also told me like a lot of vault creators, even those fund managers, they need a panic button because when the whole USR thing happened, one of the gauntlet vaults were affected because they had one of the exposure tokens was USR, right? So what a lot of people were saying is like, well, if even these major like large asset managers want to have a panic button, imagine what individuals have to go through. Like I remember when the whole USR fiasco happened, I had a friend who had like multiple wallets because everyone has multiple wallets, right? Connecting the wallet, like the execution was not going through. And he was sending me panic messages like, what the hell do I do? And you know what saved him? When the gauntlet bots like mistakenly started feeding more liquidity to the vault and they were able to like cash out. But if
Mm.
that didn't happen, he had no way to cash out his positions, and that's so scary, right? But yeah, so that's the feature that I'm calling like panic button. But yeah, like right now in the automation part, it's not it's not live yet. We are like battle testing it, but it's coming soon, and I would love to showcase it with the Noid Owls team
Oh, we
and
can't
every
wait.
yeah. And I mean, hopefully, we will not need to test it in a Black Swan event or any like hack event, but we can just test it out as like a nice feature to have, right? But yeah, that will be under automations and everything you can check it in notifications. And obviously, like one thing that I also need to note here in the automation part is that because you're the one controlling all these automations that the agent is doing, you can revoke this automation anytime. Like if I say, hey, like I changed my mind, I don't want this, I can actually just delete it right now, and it's gone. No automations. So you're basically like taking that power out, that delegation and permission out of the agent's hands. So that
Wow.
was that automation part. The
So
earn
the auto-
section. Mhm.
for the automation, before we change gears, what
Yes.
limits are there on there? Because I can think of so many things I would automate, such as, hey, let me know um, when Tibber hits this price. Let me know if
Yep.
there's an ETH USDC pool that pops up and the yield is 300%.
Yep.
Or, hey, once the price hits this, sell, like you already said, the panic button. Like, are
Right.
there rails on the automation? If so, what are they? Because that's really interesting.
So if you think about it, that price trigger stuff will be not like they're not so complicated to build from our end. I think what we're doing right now is like we're going through like the features that we're building around automations. Is like what is the highest impact type of automation that we can provide, but also like the lowest hanging fruit. And when we started building automations, the number one feature that everyone started saying is like, okay, like you know what, I don't want to. I want to stop doing DCA in my Coinbase wallet in a central exchange. I want to do DCA with CoinFlow. It's like great, okay, that will be the first automation that we give. But the scenario that you're saying is like, okay, look, I want you to monitor this specific token, and if it drops by X percentage, I want you to sell or buy. Super easy to build because you're just the agent is basically just like monitoring the price, and you're giving it permission to trigger an action based on the condition that you're giving to. But that's coming. That's
Okay.
definitely coming. Yeah.
Sweet.
Or even so, like whenever I talk about loan positions, it's like talking about Aave. I mean, again, this show is not a shit show. Like, shit talk about Ave. I love Ave. Like, they're all gonna come back. But when the 1010 event happened last year, unfortunately, like I always say, DeFi and crypto. It's amazing that it's a 24/7 open market, but it's also a really bad thing that it's open a 24/7 market, right? But because the world operates in different time zones, when the 1010 event happened last year, there are people that were fully awake and were able to like monitor the positions and just like act on their positions just to not get liquidated. But there were like half of the world asleep and had no idea what was going on. But what we can do with automations is like you can tell the agent, feed it with like a 10-year worth like Black Swan events and say, hey, like if you see certain price movements or a specific stablecoin depegs, or you see my health factor decreasing, then act on my behalf because I don't want to get liquidated. So you can do all of that with
That's cool.
automations.
That is
Yeah.
powerful.
Yeah. So earn positions, you can click again, like my opportunities. These are the ones that are showing based on the portfolio that I have. I can click on it and I can just like say, hey, put like certain amount, and you can deposit right away and it will give the execution. One also like the learn section.
Did you say
Um,
did you say dexecution?
oh, execution.
Oh man, that's actually
No,
The
cool.
execution would be yeah. I think you should definitely coin that for fellow.
Yeah.
execution. Okay, yeah.
Execution.
Execution.
Okay. Okay. We're adding that word to our jingle, the
Yeah.
execution. um the fourth pillar in the main page is like learn. So if
Yeah.
anyone is just starting the journey, obviously like they might be curious what are stable coins, right? So if I click on this, I'm asking the agent like what are stable coins, like why is this important, tell me about the key projects. And so the agent is giving me an answer, but going back to this whole okay, yeah, there you go, very long. But the learn section, so it's dynamically learning which ones like I'm asking. So if I clicked on, like if I asked a question about stable coins, then it will give me like USD, USDC, USDT. Like that would be like the learn is like more like personalized, so that everyone who goes through like the learning section gets like a more like curated experience. So you can see like whether this topic is intermediate, advanced, beginner. We just wanted people to be like learning and asking more questions about crypto. Um, yeah, I think we covered pretty much everything so far.
Well,
To be honest, it's been very in depth. This hasn't been top level stuff. It's been a proper deep dive into the features of Coinfellow, and I think we're gonna get some clips on this so we can so to get like more digestible bites. But in the interest of getting a clip, what would be your call to action, and how can people get involved, and what do you want people to take away from what the Coinfellow app is, and what your mission is?
Mission is to create a general purpose agent for all crypto. Easy, straightforward, but ambitious vision, I will say. Actionable next steps is go to our app, talk to our agent, connect your wallet, and start asking questions about your portfolio and stop leaving crypto on the table. There must be some assets that you're not earning yield. Um, and there's also like, when you're like interacting with Claude or ChatGPT, you can like upvote and downvote whatever the agent replied. We have the same feature, so that also helps us train CoinFellow. So all our users, early users, are helping us train CoinFellow to become smarter. So any feedback is welcomed. Any feedback like Noah gave us is like, hey, CoinFellow should be helping users to go directly to I want to create I want to coin a new term now. I'm being like
execution, I'm telling you.
execution. Yeah, we got to
Execution.
execute to the LP position. um yeah, so like stuff like that helps us a lot. So, and if you want to see a certain automation, or you are, you know just give us as many feedback as possible, because all the early users are building with us. Yeah.
And just one final question.
I got one for you.
Is it well? One final question from me, and then over to Noah.
Uh-huh.
Is this a paid service, or like can people just literally plug and play?
Yes, absolutely free. I forgot to mention that. Absolutely free. No membership, no like subscription, no like first time, no like upfront fees at all. When I say this, people are like, okay, so how exactly are you guys trying to monetize? So we if you think about it, CoinFell is a distribution. It's a distribution agent where the user is saying what they want to achieve, a goal with an intent with a prompt, and the agent is going around all and browsing all smart contracts and saying, okay, you're going to use this swap route or this bridge to end up with this token so that you can do this DeFi position. And all these protocols are always looking for top of funnel users. And our agent is the one that is like finding that distribution. So if you understand how our agent will be working, you will start like understanding. It's like, okay, like CoinFellow team is trying to like make, it's like a B2B like swap revenue, or like a B2B deal with like specific DeFi protocols. And we are more interested in like growing the actual intelligence of the agent first, and that like charging our users, it doesn't make sense. That's how exactly like how the like ChatGPT grew, how Claude is growing. And maybe hopefully in the future, where like we're being like loaded with so many intents and compute power becomes an issue, we might have like tiered versions. That's not honestly like as attractive to us, but then like the B2B portion is like what we are honing towards being like a business model.
Okay. I guess you kind of answered part of what I'm about to ask. I was just gonna ask, where do you guys, I mean, we all believe in DeFi. We all know it's merging with TradFi, and we're,
Mhm.
bullish on, DeFi continuing to grow as TVL and become more adopted. I want to know where you guys see CoinFellow in 5 to 10 years. What kind of impact you guys would want to have, and like what's like your blue sky scenario?
Blue sky scenario is proactively also, like just let's say I'm just like creating a happy path here. I use crypto cards, crypto credit cards, crypto debit cards, however you call it. And if I'm able to link my CoinFell agent with my crypto credit card and say, And then whenever I'm like purchasing something, it can actually like right now what I do with like expenses and like how I'm investing is like everything is like so divided. My actual stocks, like my ETFs, like my TradFi investments, with my crypto investments, with my expenses, with my credit card, my debit card, all of that. But because I use crypto debit cards and credit cards, and it knows my patterns, my day to day, like what I'm interested in investing, all of that, and I'm also interested in like switching all stock positions to like other like tokenized stocks. I want CoinFell to be managing all my finances and be like understanding like, okay, you know what, your budget was this and you have X amount more to invest. We're gonna allocate, like let me help you allocate to this DeFi position. Like I want to connect all the very siloed verticals of what we regard as like assets in on chain.
I love that, and love the vision from day one, and we're happy to be partners with you guys, and we're gonna do whatever we can to help you guys get there.
Yeah.
So
Thank you
guys,
so much. This was fun.
no, this is our record-breaking show for us. We got over 3,300 people watching us right now. So appreciate everyone who tuned in. Scan that QR code in the top left or right-hand corner, wherever it's showing up on your screen. Start using CoinFellow. Start saving time, making DeFi easier, and be on the lookout for new features that they're going to be rolling out here in the future.
Amazing. Can we hear the jingle? Is there like an outro as well?
There's a small outro.
It's not as good.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
it's different. It's different. It's my personal banger. But Minchi, I want to say a big thank you to you for coming on today. Thank you for sharing about CoinFellow. Yeah, honestly, I think the blue sky scenario and what you've built already is going to help a lot of people. And where you're working towards over the next 5 to 10 years, it's going to break down the barriers of the barriers for entry for people to come on to using DeFi. So yeah, I admire the mission. I wish you the very best, and yeah, thank you for sharing more about CoinFellow.
Yeah, we'll have you guys back on the show as you guys launch more updates. The
I love
audience,
it.
guys, clearly.
I love it. Thank you for having me. This was like this was fun.
All right, all the best, Minchi. We're gonna wrap this up in a moment. Let me just pass it back now. Noah, dude, that what a great guest. I really enjoyed Minchi's
Acumen.
enthusiasm.
Very
Yeah, I mean,
smart gal, too. Very well spoken.
very well spoken.
Yeah.
And you said she speaks many languages.
Yeah, we met her at ETH Denver. Their whole team was really, really cool. And our my business partner, Charisma, of all the booths, she was like, I love their vibe, their marketing. Like they remind me of like Coinbase, like aesthetically and vibrationally, I would say. And yeah, it's been really good. Their team is awesome.
Yeah, well, I got that energy. Well, dude, yes, would be happy to hear more about their updates as they progress. But as always, as we draw to a close, do you have any final calls to action?
Guys, other than scanning that QR code, start playing with CoinFellow. If you guys want, we do still have scholarships to our season 2 Web3 cohort. We got a few cool sponsors lined up, including CoinFellow. So just visit knowitowls.xyz/cohort. And that's knowitowls with a Z /cohort. And just hit scholarship. You guys will be able to get a ticket for free, paid for by the sponsors. And we hope to see you guys on the inside. It's really good stuff, no matter if you're a newbie or very, very advanced. I've been in crypto since 2017, and in creating a curriculum, I was even learning things. No matter how new you are, how advanced you are, it's beginner and advanced friendly, and it's crypto and AI. So whether you want to work in AI and crypto, build, or be an investor, we give you a solid foundation to do so. And that's it.
Boom. A lot to learn from the Noah Owls community. Well, guys, I want to say a big thank you to you, Noah, as always. A big shout out to CoinFellow and Minchi for dropping all the alpha. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. This has been a record-breaking show. 3,300 people tuning live. Let's go onwards and upwards. Tomorrow I'll be hosting a show with Toro. cut through the noise to get hot takes on AI, crypto, and basically real talk. So anyway, we'll see you on tomorrow's show, and we'll see you next week. So until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, but most importantly, stay based. Peace out, everyone.
I'm a baseline junkie. I'm a baseline junkie. Tell him again. I'm a baseline junkie. Tell him again. And I like it funky.